Okay, so I just got done watching the movie Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which of course is the first of the Star Trek motion picture franchise, which has gone on now for 11 films. I have many things I have to say about this movie. I remember watching it when it first came out in the cinema. I was a huge fan of Star Trek as a boy before it came out, and like everybody, I think, of my generation who was a fan of Star Trek at least, we were hankering for the movie for years, and there was a few false starts before the movie finally got made. So when it got made, there was an awful lot of anticipation, and I remember that. But I mean, even just watching it again for the first time in, you know, 5 or 6 weeks. Um, no, seriously, for the first time in a while, I have been overcome by how beautiful the movie is, and I find it very, very awesome to watch. It's a beautifully made movie. Cinematography wise, it's amazing. I have to say it stands up there with anything else in its genre, especially for its era of special effects. And I suppose from its era of special effects, I'm talking about from 2001: A Space Odyssey up until about, I don't know, Return of the Jedi. And for that sort of era of special effects, I think they did amazing things with Star Trek the Motion Picture. But it's not about the effects. That's not why I like it. But they use the effects to such brilliant effect that I sit here watching the movie mesmerized by it when they're everything about it pretty much. I think the script is awesome. I think the characters are great. And one of the reasons I like the characters so much in that particular movie is because they're closer in the movie to the TV show than in any of the following movies. And therefore ever again. And I just think it's awesome that they're like they were on TV to a more or less large degree. Um, and the concept of the Voyager dropping through a black hole and then blah blah blah. Obviously that's scientifically improbable to put it mildly. However, uh, the rest of the premise of it, is awesome, and I don't understand why people don't like that movie more. Everyone goes on about how that one doesn't count because they don't really use it very much to include it in the storyline for the rest of the Star Trek franchise. So fucking what? There's loads of episodes on TV that they don't make any direct reference to in any later movies or in any of the later series of Star Trek, be it Next Gen or Voyager or Enterprise or Deep Space Nine or whatever. So why is it just me? Am I just overcome by shiny flashing lights and pretty colors? Is that what it is? I don't know, man. I think it's a fucking brilliant movie, and I don't understand why more people don't like it, or don't like it as much as the rest of the movies. It pisses all over Star Trek 3, the Search for Spock, and Star Trek number 5, the Last Frontier, or no, yeah, no, the Final Frontier. Duh. Yeah, The Final Frontier, man. That one is appalling. I'm not blaming William Shatner for directing it, although it is his fault. But no, that movie was appalling. And how can anybody like those movies better than this one, man? Star Trek 1 for the win. That's all I got to say. This has got that funk. Thanks for putting up with my rant. May all your ups and downs be ups.